In this video, we're going to talk about the Capita Ultrafear, that board from Capita that's not quite a full-blown jib noodle, but it's not stiff enough to be a middle-of-the-road park board either. It's got stabby, pointy tips to it, it's playful, it's a team favorite, and you can ride around in the whole park if you need to. Chip, what's your Ultrafear?
My biggest fear is being washed. Yeah, that's my biggest fear.
Well, that's actually very valid. That's a very, very valid fear when you're a sock. Guess I'm not washing him anytime soon. Awkward. This board features Capita's freestyle profile, which is flat from the outside of the inserts into a rocker zone with the Wapow tips. This makes the board a little more surfy out in the tips, and it's not one of those boards where you have to load it up underfoot. Basically, this is a board that's going to be loose and surfy in the tips and still stable enough underfoot for riding the park. This board is available in both regular and wide sizes. Overall, the Ultrafear comes in at just under a middle-of-the-road park flex, putting it more in favor of jibbing than jumping. So you get a lot of play out in the tips, stiffer underfoot, more play between the feet, and a lot of torsional flex. This is a board you're gonna feel everything with. It's not damp, it's mildly lively. It's not the liveliest board I've been on. So vibrations, chunder, ruts, the board's going to get bucked around. At high speeds, the tips are going to flap. This is a board that you're going to feel every vibration resonating back underfoot. The Ultrafear is one of those boards that has that skate style pop to it where you don't have to load it up to get the snap out of it. While it's not the poppiest board out there, it's decent. I mean, if you're going to ollie a slow sign, just remember to suck your knees up into your armpits. That's the best advice I can get you. With that said, it is a playful board, and when you're hitting jumps, small to medium is where you want to keep it. Anything more, it's probably going to wash out. Where this board really excels though is tranny finding. If you're going to side hit something and land into a tranny, the nose and tail will suck it up perfectly and allow you to pop back out. That's like the one shining element of this board when it comes to its snap and its pop, is that it's great at tranny finding. Other than that, it's so-so. It's not the most snappy, it's not the worst. There are worse boards out there. It gets the job done where you need it, and you just have to be aware of that. Jibbing and buttering are where this board is most at home. It's got rocker in the tips, a softer flex pattern, and the Wapow up kick. This is just a giant platform that allows you to get up on your nose or tail and spin around. If you're gonna go press a rail, it locks in with ease. This is a board that isn't domineering. It's not going to have a lot of rebound. You're going to be the one that dominates it and tells it what to do. It's a jib board through and through first. Do you know how to carve? If the answer is yes, then you're golden with this board. If the answer is no, you're fucked. This is a board with softer flex to it, so you have to know its limitations when you're driving it through the carve. I can Euro carve this thing. I loved Euro carving this thing. In fact, it's one of those boards that as long as you know how to flex it and where the flex points are, it won't wash out. But if you're learning those flex points and you're not super confident, it's gonna wash out. Overall, this board transitions from edge to edge quickly. It's not the most nimble, but it's quick enough. And it's most at home with short, quick setup turns or carves, and mellow, long, drawn-out carves. If you're gonna do hard Euro carves, you have to know the flex patterns on this board. You have to know where its limitations are. I liked Euro carving this board because I knew where those limitations were and I knew how to engage them. I didn't get it to wash out. Someone that doesn't know that will probably get this board to wash out from time to time. It's not a bad thing, it's just something you have to be aware of. This board is definitely for the jib-oriented park rider, someone that's riding a smaller hill or just riding the park, finding trannies from time to time, hitting small jumps, having fun with the boys, buttering, playing around, not really riding the whole mountain. Now, it's not the most stable board, and you have to understand that when you're looking at this board. It's an above average jib board that's not quite middle of the road flex. So you're going to feel vibrations, you're going to feel chatter, but as long as you keep your knees bent and be prepared to suck up any bumps in the way, you should be fine.
So what decks compare to the Capita Horrorscope? Here's what I think stacks up to it. The Rome Blackjack, the K2 Worldwide Weapon, the Flow Era, the Live Tech Skate Banana, the Live to Ride Impression.
The Space Metal Fantasy is the women's equivalent of the Horrorscope. Alright, so now you've decided what snowboard you're going to get, and you're going to decide where you're going to buy it. If you're shopping local, awesome. Slap your local shop guys a high five and tell them they're killing it. But for those of you that are buying online, why don't you shop from one of the links we have down below? That way you support us and you get a deal on your snowboard.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way you can see all the relevant or irrelevant snowboarding content that we're putting out for you guys. So smash that bell down below. That way you're getting a notification. And I'll see you guys in another video.
I fucking hate dogs. I hate people. I hate everything right now.